Oh, so fun. All right. Shoot, I went to the wrong. Here, check this out. You ready? Not my monkey, not my circus. Not my monkey, not my circus. I don't know if you've ever heard that before or not. But originally, this is a Polish proverb. All right? This is a Polish proverb. Not my monkey, not my circus. And it was also used in Orange is the New Black back in 2020 is when, it kind of caught on to mainstream. Not my circus, not my monkey. And what's crazy is, I don't know if you knew this or not, but it's actually biblical. That's right. Not my circus, not my monkey is actually biblical. Can you believe that? You're probably like, what are you talking about, Glenn? This is not biblical. Dude, it's biblical. Check it out. Listen to this. 1 Timothy 5:13 says this. It says, I want to avoid being guilty of this. Now, it's different in different translations, all right? But here's what it says. It says, I want to avoid being guilty of this by being too quick to insert myself in other situations. But I think with proper judgment, I can know when to get involved. Let us aspire, that's the word. Let us aspire to lead a quiet life and to mind our own business. Mind your own business. You heard? Not my monkey, not my circus. Daniel Peckham, thanks for sharing that with us today in the Rise and Grind Planner. I greatly appreciate you. And on that note, let's go ahead and kick off today's episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind. Good morning and welcome to Rise and Grind Live. Unlock your full potential with the power of daily motivation, education, inspiration with your host, Glenn Lundy, a husband to one, father to 8, global motivational speaker, and the author of The Morning Five.
I'm Heather Parady, former therapist turned online entrepreneur and wannabe comedian.
Celebrity interviews, transformational information, and a massive community around the #1 morning show in the world. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Do me a favor. Those of you on Clubhouse, if you want to click the link on the top of the screen, you can come join us on video this morning over on Facebook. We're also live streaming over on YouTube. And those of you that are on Facebook and YouTube, go ahead and share this out. And especially on Facebook, if you would, we've got a new page. So if you would tag all of our hashtag Rise and Grind peeps, I would greatly appreciate it. I had multiple people reach out to me yesterday and say, dude, it took me a while to find the show. Can you help me find the show? And you guys can be a part of that this morning. Tag those that you know and love until people can find this new space where we are now live streaming episodes of hashtag Rise and Grind. I would appreciate it. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, aka CMA Day. If you don't know what that is, CMA is Carter Myers Automotive Group, most amazing automotive group in the world. They're just an absolutely incredible organization. 23 dealerships owned in the state of Virginia. Their fearless leader is Liza Myers-Borges, as well as Scott Simons and Ben St. Hours and other great general managers that they have in their organization. And they are always looking for amazing superhumans. So if you want to be a part of an organization where you actually get to be part owner, everybody that works in that place gets an opportunity to be a part owner of the dealership. If you want to work in an incredible environment like that, hit me up. I can hook you up with Liza or Scott or any of these amazing people that are also hashtag Rise and Grinders with this amazing organization. We call Wednesday CMA Day because that's the day that I get to spend time with Don Sankey and other members of their team, like those here in this picture, Judy and Beth. I get to spend every Wednesday with them, and it's just such an honor. Been able to do that for the last 3 years or so. Tara Murney, great to see you this morning. So Wednesday, September 6th, 2023. And I am coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where, dude, like, it's still hot. It's still hot. Like, yo, like, what's going on around here? Like, I'm not, please understand, I'm not complaining. This is not a complaint. Okay. I like heat, but I am just curious. I'm just curious to know, like, is this the like global warming thing? Like, is it like official now or is it not? Like, I'm still getting conflicting reports, right? Like, I'm getting conflicting reports. I don't know if it's the real thing or not, but I'm just saying, like, it's hot. Like, it has been a world-class summer.
An astonishing milestone this week. Monday and Tuesday, the hottest days ever recorded on Earth. Here in the U.S., Americans feeling the brutal summer heat firsthand. Over 20 million under heat alerts today.
It's really hot, really humid.
Central Florida reaching a triple-digit heat index Wednesday.
It's too hot. I want to move out of Florida. My body's not made for this type of weather.
Local emergency managers putting extreme weather plans in place.
Just last year, we activated the plan twice, and it was only for a couple days. It's now been active for over a week.
Connecticut's governor also activating statewide extreme weather protocols to protect residents from brutal temperatures. Sarasota, El Paso, and Portland all seeing record highs Wednesday. And in Tucson, Arizona, it was a staggering 107 degrees. Summer's only just begun.
Always parks that have sprinklers. We carry a lot of water. We spray them down all day.
But the sweltering heat is already in full force.
Drinking a lot of Gatorade, water, staying hydrated.
And temps still spiking with that global record. Even with half the world in winter, the average global...
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it's hot, bro. Like, it is a world-class summer. Right? World class. What is the definition of world class? A standard, or I'm sorry, the definition of world class is of or among the best in the world. And I think you just saw in that clip right there, it's like some of the hottest days on record all around, like all over the place, right? Super hot. So I think we can agree. It's been a world class summer. But what is really world class? We've been talking about that this week here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Like, what does that mean for you? So world class is a standard, okay? It's a standard we can choose to set for ourselves in any category that we'd like, right? Like, you could have a world class standard when it comes to your faith, right? You could be like, dude, I'm world class, best in the world when it comes to my faith and my understanding of my spiritual side, right? We could have a world class family, right? We could be like my family dynamic, world class, best in the freaking world. And we can I aim to be a world class husband and a world class father, right? It's a standard we set for ourselves in any of these categories. It could be fitness. You'd be like, dude, I'm gonna be world class when it comes to fitness. I'm gonna look like The Rock, mixed with Arnold Schwarzenegger, mixed with Michael Jordan, not Michael Jordan, the basketball player, but Michael Jordan, the actor dude that like is ripped. You don't know what I'm saying? Like, world class. It's a standard that we can choose. We can choose to have world class friends and to be a world class friend. We can choose to be world class when it comes to our finances and making the correct investments and moves and building wealth at massive levels, right? We can choose to be world class in our career and set the standard for ourselves that we are going to do this at the absolute highest level. We can choose to be mentally like world class. Like, man, I have control of my mind, man, through meditation and all the other things. I'm the best in the world. When it comes to our education, we can have a world class education. World class. 8 billion people. The best of the best. Can you feel it? It's intense, right? The best of the best. 8 billion people on the planet. Can you feel the pressure of that right now? Like, what is that voice inside you whispering right now? Is it whispering seeds of doubt, maybe? Like, maybe is there a voice in your head right now that's saying, not you. 8 billion people? Nah, I mean, never you. Like, that's impossible. It's too much. Like, you don't need that to be, you don't need to be the best in the world. Like, can you hear that? And here's a bigger question. Like, are you right? Is that whisper that you don't need to be the best in the world? That whisper that's too much? That whisper of pressure and heavy? Is it right? We're going to dive into that a little bit today. Before we do, though, you know what we got to do on this show. You know we got to do some dancing. I can't listen to it back right now because I got some issues. I got more issues now than I had 4 weeks ago, which is crazy. But we're going to do some dancing on this show anyway. All right? At least y'all can hear it. I can't hear it the way I want to. I can hear it a little bit different way, but I can't hear it the way I want to. But for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. All right? I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. All right? This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Heather Parady, my co-host, straight gangster. Good morning. Great to see you this morning, Heather. I see Kimberly Hatfield in the building. What's up, Archie? Great to see you. Sean Jones, great to see you as well. And I expect every single one of y'all to tag a friend right now, please, in this moment, so they can come find the new Rise and Grind live page. They can connect with us. They can click the notifications. They can do all the things. Follow, connect, click, so on and so forth. I need your help making that happen, all right? Ramon Ray, I need you to help me make that happen. Wes Storm in the building. Tony Thorstad, I'm glad you're here. Emily Galler, what up, what up, what up, what up? Kim Fairs in the building. Mary Kim Farkas, Michael Barrich. That dude's a G. Is up in the building. Ryan Gallagher, Angela Mall, great to see you. What's up, Sonia Mayer? I think I said hi to you, but I'll say hi to you again. I also see my guy Scott Simons all the way top left over on Clubhouse. Marilyn Wilkin, thanks for streaming us in today so everybody can hear us over on Clubhouse. One day I'm going to fix this thing. I don't know. I say that. Maybe not. Renee Hayes is in the building. Dora Maria, what's up, man? Izu is up in here as well. Pastor Jeff Stars, Tina, Jackie, Justin, Dr. Tanji, my guy TM, Liza Myers, Borges is up in the building. CMA herself. Scott Simons, bro. It's great to see you. I know I've already said your name 3 times today, but it's great to see you today. Carrie Lynn Carter's in the building. Felicia, Tara Murney. I said hi to her earlier, but I don't get to see her every day, so I'm glad she's here. What's up, Renee? How you doing, Health? It's great to see you. Felicia in a day, even though a day's on the phone, I say what's up to her anyway. David and Angeline, Andy and Fiona. What's up, Melvin and Maria and Vashawn? My guy, Don Sankey. Debbie's up in here, and that's up in here. I don't even know if the music's still playing or not. But I'm so glad that you chose to be here with me today. All right, so listen, on a for real note, like the new Rise and Grind live page, let your friends know about it. Invite them in. We're doing some new things around here. Me and my incredible co-host, Heather Parady, are working really hard to deliver motivation, education, inspiration to you every single morning live. And on top of the motivation, education, inspiration, we also got some Heather-isms, things like Wacky World Wednesday, which I'm going to share with you right now. Hopefully this works. It wouldn't let me download it, Heather, the way I normally would for some reason. But she's going to bring this to you, and we're going to keep talking about world class. Music off? Yes, music's off. All right, go. Oh no. Did that just happen? There we go.
So I'm here in Atlanta at All the Laughs Comedy Awards. This is right before the show starts, so it's filled with comedians and improv troops, and I'm going to ask them one simple question. What is the best advice your grandmother has given you? Malik here I just met, and I said, what's the best advice your grandmother's ever given you?
I couldn't tell you. I don't talk to my grandma that much. It doesn't mean I don't love her, but I don't ask her for advice. I talk to my mom about that kind of stuff. My mom says, hey, if you just be a good person, good things will probably happen. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. It's not guaranteed. If you don't think things are guaranteed.
Why do you got a bell in your hand?
This is for improv.
So I'm here in Atlanta at All the Laughs Comedy Awards. This is right before the show starts, so it's filled with comedians, improv troops, and I'm going to ask them one simple question. What is the best advice your grandmother has given you? Malik here I just met, and I said, what's the best advice your grandmother's ever given you?
I couldn't tell you. I don't talk to my grandma that much. It doesn't mean I don't love her, but I don't ask her for advice. I talk to my mom about that kind of stuff.
Give me something. Your mom.
My mom says, hey, if you just be a good person, good things will probably happen. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. It's not guaranteed. If you don't think things are guaranteed.
Why do you got a bell in your hand?
This is for improv games.
All right, we're here with Melissa, talented musician, and I just asked you, what is the best advice your grandmother has ever given you?
Put all your leftovers in the country crock butter case.
Do you do that?
No. But now I'm reminded. Thank you, Grandma.
I'm here with my friend Joey. You have to be very quiet because they're auditioning or something, or whatever. What's the best advice your grandmother's ever given you?
My grandmother didn't teach me much, but the two things that I remember is to always follow your dreams and to not overcook the taco meat. It's really not that hard, but
Are you following your dreams?
yeah,
Do you ever cook taco meat?
yes, and I've learned to not overcook it. It's really not that hard. I don't know how I got it wrong the first time.
We got some more grandma advice coming right at you.
Hello. My grandmother always told me to ask the realtor if anyone died in the house so you can make sure there are no ghosts in there.
Have you done this?
I've never bought a house. But when I do, believe me, go straight.
All right, we got more grandma advice. What you got?
All right, my grandma always told me do not eat too much candy because you will get diabetes.
Have you eaten a lot of candy and do you have diabetes?
No, and not as far as I know.
What you got for me?
My grandma's doing extremely well. She told me to keep traveling and seeing the world because she didn't get to do it when she was younger, and she kind of regrets it.
Where have you been?
Italy, Canada, Bahamas, and Colombia. I'm in the 27 states.
Come on, grandma. All right, straight from Improv's mouth, best grandmother advice. What you got for me?
You always gotta use your pinky for your rice. When you dip your rice in and get the water up to this level above the rice, perfect rice every time. That's the best advice I've gotten from my grandmother. It's fantastic. I've never failed in my entire life. That and follow your dreams, because your dreams will die if you don't believe in them.
Rice and dreams, y'all. Rice and dreams.
Rice and dreams.
All right, we're here with Shay Dominguez right here, who has some incredible advice from her grandmother.
Yeah, I asked my grandma at her young age of 80-something what's the best advice she could give me, and she's like, I don't know.
What have you done with this advice?
Kicked ass.
All right, we got my friend Dom here. I asked him, I said, what was the best advice your grandma gave you?
Don't eat ketchup because it gives you pimples.
Is this true?
I've had clean skin ever since.
Andy here with us, talented musician. What's the best advice your grandmother's ever given you?
Never sit on your couch with your shirt off.
Have you done this?
That's how I found out.
How about that, y'all? Now comment down below. Let us know what the best advice your grandmother has ever given you. World class? Yo, I want to be world class.
Oh, do you?
I think so.
Get out of here!
Look, world class means you need to train. Get out! What is wrong with you? Get out of here! That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey! You're gonna be world class, man. This is like a fight.
World class people don't drive! Go! Get out of here!
So Heather, listen, you take the red drink, you're gonna go down the rabbit hole, and we'll make you world class. You take the blue drink, you go back to the way it was, and stay average forever.
I want to be middle class.
This stuff's a trip, right? This stuff's a trip. Like, why is it that big ideas can trigger small thoughts? Why is it that when we think best in the world, 8 billion people, grand visions of the future, why is it that instinctively it can create what can be interpreted as a negative thought, right? Not me. I could never do that. That's somebody else. I don't need that. I don't want that. A grand vision can trigger a big, huge idea, can trigger small thoughts. There's a book called Conversations with God, controversial book. You've heard me talk about it before if you've ever been on the show before. And in that book, they say it this way.
There is nothing you cannot be. There's nothing you cannot do. There's nothing you cannot have. You are the most magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being God has ever created. Who could reject such wondrous magnificence? But you do not know who you are, and you think you are a great deal less. I tell you this, you are your own rule maker. You set the guidelines. And you decide how well you have done, how well you are doing. For you are the one who has decided who and what you really are, and who you want to be. And you are the only one who can assess how well you're doing.
You do not know who you are, and you think you're a great deal less. And here's the thing, man, dude, you are not alone in doing so. Just so you know, you are not alone in doing so. It's been the curse of humanity for quite a long time now. You see, our intelligence, our desire for wisdom and knowledge has ultimately caused us to unintentionally or possibly intentionally remove God from our lives. Ultimately reducing us from something that's not just world class, but actually divine, instead to something as small and insignificant as a speck of dust. You don't believe me? Well, I can prove it to you. It's confusing in its origin. Okay, it's really confusing in its origin when you try to research this stuff. But the Big Bang Theory has presented us, you, me, us. It has presented us as tiny atoms and particles that were created out of nothing. The nothing created something. And the then something that was a nothing, then something, it rained into a vacuum filled with nothing. And over billions of years, miraculously, the something that came from the nothing that got spit out into the nothing, miraculously, over billions of years, it came together with some sort of chaotic order that has only happened once in all of the universe as far as we can see. So under that theory, the thought of you being world class is highly unlikely. I mean, actually, let's just say it's extremely doubtful, because in a world so big, you're just a speck of dust, and therefore your life is small.
So I'm here with my friend April here on UK campus, and we're talking about what it means to be world class. April, what would you say it means to be world class? Yeah, go ahead.
Does world class mean like universal? Like,
You tell us. What does it mean to you?
well, to me it means like people from all over the world like coming. And I'm from Mexico City, so I really like the environment here. There's a lot of people coming from all around the world. I'm about to start this semester, so I'm really happy and excited to meet a lot of people from everywhere.
Oh, nice. So you live in Mexico City, you're moving here?
I was living in Mexico City a few years ago. I transferred to Morehead State. Now I'm coming here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now you're here at the big UK.
Yes, I'm very excited.
What are you planning on doing while you're here?
I'm doing product design.
Okay. So what made you choose this like, would you consider UK a world-class university?
I would, yeah. It's definitely a huge college that has a bunch of different things. I'm in the design building right now, and they didn't have any architecture or anything wherever I was. So there's a lot of options here that I really like.
Very cool. When you think of a person, like if I said, who would you say out there in the world is a world-class individual? Who pops up for you?
Let me think. I don't know. I can't think of anyone.
You're supposed to say Glenn Lundy. She said Glenn Lundy. I know you guys didn't hear it, but that's what she was.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what she meant, right? That's what she meant. April, thank you so much for taking
Yeah,
some
of
time
course.
with us
Thank
today.
you.
We're glad that you're here. I hope you meet lots of people.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Take care.
Thank you, you too.
All right.
There is nothing you cannot be, there's nothing you cannot do, there's nothing you cannot have. You are the most magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being God has ever created. Who could reject such wondrous magnificence? But you do not know who you are, and you think you are a great deal less. I tell you this, you are your own rule maker. You set the guidelines, and you decide how well you have done, how well you are doing. For you are the one who has decided who and what you really are, and who you want to be. And you are the only one who can assess how well you're doing.
So I'm going to pose, if that's okay, I'm going to pose another theory for you, if that's all right. Because the Big Bang Theory, the more research I do around it, it's really hard to figure out where it came from. There's like 4 different sources. Some say it was one guy in 1929. Another thing says it was like 1940. Another thing says it was like 1898. And it's just this theory of the world is big and you are small. And it totally could be right, but I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around that. And so I want to pose another theory for you, that unlike the Big Bang Theory, that has like dozens, if not hundreds, of different origin stories, I'm just gonna give you one like story that has one origin, if that's okay. And it goes like this. It says, in the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth was a formless void, and darkness covered the face of the deep, while a wind from God swept over the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. And he called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, and that was the first day. And then God said, let there be a dome in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the other waters. And he made the dome and separated the waters, and they were under the dome from the waters that were above the dome, and it was so. And he called the dome the sky. And there was evening and there was morning, and then there was the second day. And if you continue to read this story, as you go down through this story, as the earth is put together, the day and the night, and all of the other pieces, and the animals, and all living creatures, and so on and so forth, once all of the heavens and earth were finished with all of their multitude, God looked at the earth, looked at the work he had done, and rested on that seventh day. And then he looked at the beautiful creation he had created. And God said, thought breathed into life the form of man from the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. See, it's not that you're a particle of dust so small in this big, amazing, incredible creation. But the reality is, world class is actually small compared to you. You see, you are strength, you are power, you are intentionally and divinely constructed. You're not by chance. You didn't just spontaneously combust through some collision of random chaotic factors. You're a child of God, dude. God of the universe. The God that made everything made you specifically to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Whatever that looks like for you. The best version of you, one of 8 billion people. And you are the best you can be. You are world class. One of 1. So when these thoughts of small, these thoughts of little, these thoughts of can't and self-doubt, know that they are human in nature, but they are not truth. There is no truth to them. There's nothing small about you. child of God, God of the universe. And I love you for it. I really, really do. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I love the light that you bring to this planet, to this existence, to this time, to this era. And I challenge you to shine it brighter. Shine it as brightly as you can be. If you're momming, shine it on those babies. If you're teaching, shine it on those students. If you're building, creating, developing, coaching, training, mentoring, singing, painting, dancing, speaking, world class. Don't you forget it. Do not forget who you are. That's the show today. That's what I got. I'm going to go talk about this a little bit more on Clubhouse. If you'd like to join me, you're welcome to do so. If you're watching live, if you're watching on replay, we're on Clubhouse till about noon each day. You can find us in the Breakfast with Champions room. If I don't catch you there, though, come back here tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do this all over again right here on #Rise and Grind. No more circus. Not my monkeys.
Magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being.